So earlier today, someone, I think it was Sammy Marco, was asking me about Spokane versus Worcester. And Spokane is a city of about 250,000 people. And it's the center of what's called the Inland Empire, the center of population for northern Idaho, eastern Washington. And so if you look at these buildings, this might look bigger than a city of 250,000 people. And I'm not really familiar with Spokane, but I'm going to investigate it while I'm waiting. And I'm also going to take BRT service. Let's see how that works. So I've talked before about how some BRT service are basically just articulated buses with nicer platforms. I mean, it is a nice platform. So I'll be curious to actually take that bus and see if that like a real BRT. Being that it's going along a street like this, doesn't seem to have very independent road access. I'm betting it's not. And while you're thinking about that, just check out the Spokane skyline, which is actually pretty impressive. I always love a sky bridge. So one thing just off the bat, if you look at this downtown, like I said, it feels really urban. And Spokane in Washington, people in the Seattle area and people in the Portland area, Spokane's kind of like the cousin living out in the hills, and Spokane doesn't get a lot of respect. We don't really think about Spokane a lot. That's kind of unfair, because look at this. This is a pretty lively area with stuff going on. This is Riverfront Park, and it looks like there's stuff going on. So I'm gonna go, I mean, any riverfront park is good, but this place looks like it's hopping. So I have no idea. Well, first, there's Spokane Falls. It's awesome, literally. Like, it fills me with awe. I've obviously seen higher waterfalls, but it's actually a quite big waterfall for such a wide river. And over there, this is some type of like outdoor rave party dome. And we're, you know, here again, gonna sound like an arrogant Wesley Cascades person. Spokane is Dolesville, but dang, there is like some type of party going on here. So all of that was an island, and we have a second part of the river, and that looks like a bridge over there. I'm gonna go and cross that bridge and see what's going on over there. So I kind of walked around in a circle, and I'm looking for that other bridge. Ah, there is the bridge. Okay, this looks like it's going to be scary, but awesome. I'm really surprised, because I was kind of, you know, thinking I was going to have a dismal and boring time. Like, also, how was I going to kill, like, literally 6 hours in Spokane? And that's still a problem, but so far I at least had a little bit of fun. This bridge is a little bit more substantial than it looked like. I was afraid I was going to get on it, it was going to start, you know, swaying from side to side. And it's a suspension bridge, but it's pretty solid. So apparently this is called Canada Island. And it's kind of spooky after dark, but in the good way. And there's the river right there. And there's a story here, and that looks like a Silesian language. There was many different Silesian, inland Silesian people, and I don't know which ones were specifically in Spokane. I would put a good guess there probably was the Spokane, though. That would make a lot of sense. And indeed, Spokane Tribe of Indians, Salish School of Spokane. One of my goals, or it's more of a dream, is to learn a Silesian language. But considering how much trouble I've had just with Spanish, that's quite a dream. And here's another bridge. You can see we're walking by that pavilion, which right now, to me, that kind of looks like oh, that actually scares me. Remember what I said about fear? That is awe-inspiring, literally. And that looks kind of like a volcano. Don't know if that's on purpose. Crossing this bridge, I can actually feel the falls going through the suspension. So, yeah, a lot of things have surprised me in a good way tonight. Voice of the old dirty bastard. Although, ironically, So there's another thing I didn't know about. There seems to be some type of teleferica or cable car system here. And that looks like the launching point, and I'm assuming that that is purely like a short tourist-oriented teleferica, but I've been wrong a lot about Spokane. Maybe Spokane is just way more awesome than I could have guessed. So back at a BRT stop. Partying 11 minutes. I might actually just keep walking so I can get to an earlier stop. I have to wait less time. Okay, departing in 6 minutes. And earlier I saw that it said you pay the bus driver, so there's no ticket machine. So that's another way. Don't think this is much of a BRT system. I think it's just kind of an express bus with nice platforms. Not that I'm complaining. Well, it says there, if you can see through the glare, that the bus is due. And I think it's that right up there coming in. So I'll see how that goes. There's another version of the bus I just got off of. Because of this party, this street party, which I don't really understand, all the buses are free. And another time I might just ride buses around. But because I'm kind of tired from my trip, I don't want to make a mistake. So I'm probably just going to walk back to the transit center, even though or the Amtrak station, even though I have 4 hours now. There's the city line. As you can see, it does have has doors on each side, but I don't know if it has signal priority. It doesn't really have its own lane, so I'll let you decide, because like I said, I'm getting tired. So I'm back at the train station, 5 hours to wait, and I got kind of a second wind from going and seeing the party atmosphere and having fun, but now I feel really tired, so hopefully I can go in there and rest, but 5 hours is a long time. Don't know. This is probably the end of the Spokane video. There will be another video that picks up where this one leaves off.